Hi guys, I'm back. Today I'm going to read 1 Samuel 21 to 28, Proverbs 10, and Psalm 110. Let's get started. And David came to Nob to him like the priest. And the Ahimelech came to meet David, trembling, and said to him, Why are you letting no one with you? And David said to him like the priest, The king has charged me with the matter, and said to me, Let no one know anything of the matter about which I sent you, and with which I have charged you. I have made an appointment with the young men for such and such a place. Now then, what do you have on here? Give me 5 loaves of bread, or whatever is here. And then the priest answered, I have no common bread in here, and there is holy bread, if the young men have kept themselves from women. David answered the priest, Truly women have kept from us as always when they go on an expedition. The rest of the young men are holy, even when it is an ordinary journey. How much more today will their vessels be holy? So the priest gave him the holy bread, for there was no bread there, but the bread of the presence, which was removed from before the Lord, to be a price for hot ground. The day is taken away. And a certain man of the servants of Saul was there detained before the Lord. His name was Doeg the Edomite, the chief of Saul's husband. And David said to him, And have you not here a spear or sword? For I brought no here I saw all my weapons with me. And his king's business required haste. And the priest said, And the sword of Goliath the Philistine, whom he struck down by the elders, he wrapped in a cloth aside behind their feet. You take it, for there's none but that here. And David said, There is none like that, give it to me. And David rose and fled that day from Saul and went to Achish the king of Gath. And the servants of Achish said to him, Is not this David king of Gath? Did they not say to one another, Saul struck down 1,000, David is 10,000? And David took these words to heart, was much afraid of Achish the king of Gath. So he changed his behavior before them, pretended to be insane in their hands, and made marks on the doors of the gate, and let the spittle run down his beard. And she said to his servants, You see, the man is mad. Why then have you brought him to me? Do I lack madmen? Now you brought this fellow to me, and he was a madman in my presence. Just fellow come into my house, stared hard from there, and skipped to the cave of Adullam. When his brothers and all his father's house heard it, they went down there to him. And everyone who was in distress, everyone who was in debt, everyone who was bitter and soul gathered to him, he became command over them. And there were with him about 400 men. David went up from there to Mizpeh and Moab. And he said to the king, Please let my father and my mother stay with you, till I know what God will do for me. Now he left them with the king of Moab, and they stayed with him all that time. For David was in the stronghold. Then the prophet Gad said to David, You do not remain in the stronghold, depart and go into the land of Judah. So David departed and went into the forest of Hereth. And Saul heard that David was discovered, and the men who were with him. Saul was sitting at Gibeon under a tamarisk tree on the height with a spear in his hand. And all his servants were standing about him. And Saul said to his servants who stood about him, Hear now, people of Israel, the son of Jesse, give everyone whatever you feel of them goodness. And will he make you all commands of thousands and commands of hundreds? So all that you conspired against me. No one discloses to me when my son makes a covenant with the son of Jesse. None of you is sorry for me or discloses to me that my son has stirred up my servant against me, till I am ways at this day. And answered Doeg the Edomite, who stood by the servants of Saul. And I saw the son of Jesse coming to Nob, to him like the son of Hetar. He inquired of the Lord for him, and gave him provisions, and gave him the sword of Goliath the Philistine. And the king sent summon to him like the priest, son of Hetar. And all his father's house, the priest who had Nob, and all of them came to the king. And Saul said, Here now, son of Hetar, and he answered, Here I am, my lord. Then Saul said to him, Why have you conspired against you and the son of Jesse, in that you have given him bread and a sword, and inquired of God for him, so that he has risen against you till I am raised up this day? And then Ahimelech answered the king, Who among all your sons is so faithful as David? And here is the king's son, and captain of your bodyguard, and under your house. This day the first time I have inquired of God for him. No, let not the king impute anything to his servant unto the house of my father. The servant has known nothing of all, but as much of all. And the king said to God, hastily about him, Don't kill the priest of the Lord. He is their hand verses with David, and they knew that he fled and did not disclose it to him. The servants of the king would not put out their hand to strike the priest of the Lord. And the king said to Doeg, Do you turn and strike the priest? And Doeg the Edomite turned and struck down the priest, and he killed that day 85 persons who more than an effort. And all but the seed of the priest he put to the sword, both man and woman, child and infant, ox, donkey, and sheep. He put to the sword one of the sons of Ahimelech, the son of Hetar, named Abiathar, escaped and fled out from David. And Abiathar told David that Saul had killed the priest of the Lord. And David said to Abiathar, I knew on that day, and Doeg the Edomite was there, he would surely tell Saul, I have occasioned the death of a person to your father's house. Take with me, don't be afraid, for he who seeks my life seeks your life. With me shall be in safekeeping. Now they told David, Behold, the Philistines are fighting against Keilah and are robbing the threshing floors. Therefore David inquired of the Lord, Shall I go and attack these Philistines? And the Lord said to David, Go and attack the Philistines, said Keilah. And David's men said to him, We are afraid here in Judah. How much more then, if we will go to Keilah against the armies of the Philistines? And David inquired of the Lord again, and the Lord answered, Arise, go down to Keilah, for I'll give the Philistines into your hand. And David and his men went to Keilah, and fought with the Philistines, and brought away their livestock, and struck them with a great blow. But David saved the inhabitants of Keilah. And Abiathar the son of Ahimelech had fled to David to Keilah. He had come down with an effort in his hand, and it was told Saul that David would come to Keilah. And Saul said, God has given him into my hand. And he shut himself in by entering a town with gates and bars. And Saul summoned all the people to war to go down to Keilah to besiege David and Keilah. So David knew that Saul was plotting harm against him. He said to Abiathar the priest, Bring the ephod here. And David said, O Lord, the God of Israel, your servant has surely heard that Saul used to come to Keilah to destroy the city of Micah. Will the men of Keilah surrender me into his hand? Will Saul come down as his servant and said, O Lord, the God of Israel, please tell your servant. And the Lord said, He'll come down. And David said, Will the men of Keilah surrender me and my men into the hand of Saul? And the Lord said, They will surrender you. Then David and his men, who were about 600, arose and departed from Keilah. They went wherever they could go. And Saul was told that David had escaped from Keilah. They gave the expedition. David remained in strongholds in the wilderness, in the hill country of the wilderness of Ziph, and Saul sought him every day. And God did not give him into his hand. David saw that Saul had come out to seek his life. David was in the wilderness of Ziph at Horish, and Jonathan Saul's son rose and went to David at Horish and strengthened his hand in God. And he said to him, Do not fear, for the hand of Saul my father shall not find you. Shall be king over Israel, I shall be next to you. Saul my father also knows this. And two of them made a covenant before the Lord. David remained at Horish, and Jonathan with him. And the Ziphites went to Saul at Gidus, and he saw David hiding among us in the strongholds at Horish, on the hill at Hakilah, which is south of Jeshurun. Now come down, and king, according to all your hearts desire to come down. And our heart shall be to surrender him into the kingdom. And Saul said, May be blessed by the Lord, for you have had compassion on me. Go, make yet more sure, none see the place where his foot is. And who is seeing there, for he has told me that you have great family. See therefore and take note of all our lurking place where he hide. And then come back to me with short information, then I'll go with you. And if he is in line, I will search him out among all the thousands of Judah. And they arose and went to Ziph ahead of Saul. Now David's men were in the wilderness of Maon, in the Arabah to the south of Jeshurun, and Saul's men went to seek it. And David was told, so he went down to the rock and left in the wilderness of Maon. And Saul heard that he pursued after David in the wilderness of Maon. And Saul went on the one side of the mountain, David and his men on the other side of the mountain. And David was hurrying to get them away from Saul. Saul and his men were closing on David and his men to capture them. A messenger came to Saul, saying, Hurry and come, for the Philistines have made a raid against the land. So Saul returned from pursuing after David and went against the Philistines. Therefore that place was called the Rock of Escape. And David went up from there and lived in a stronghold in Gedi. And Saul returned from falling the Philistines. He was told, Behold, David is in the wilderness in Gedi. And Saul took 3,000 chosen men out of all and went to seek David and his men. He found the wild goats for ox, and he came to sheepfolds by the way, where there was a cave. And Saul went in to relieve himself. And then David and his men were sitting in the innermost parts of the cave. And the men of David said to him, Here is the David which the Lord said to you, Behold, I will give you enemy to your hand. You shall do to him as it seems good. It shall seem good to you. David arose himself and cut off a corner of Saul's robe. And after David's heart struck him, he cut off a corner of Saul's robe. He said to him, Lord forbid I should do this thing to my Lord's anointed, to put out my hand against it, seeing he is the Lord's anointed. So David persuaded his men with these words, Do not permit them to attack Saul. And Saul rose up and left the cave and went his way. After David arose and went out of the cave. He went after Saul, my Lord the king, and Saul looked at him. David bowed his face to the earth and paid homage. David said to Saul, Why do you listen to the words of men who say, Behold, David seeks your heart? You ought to stay your eyes and see how the Lord gave you today into my hand in the cave. Some told me to kill you, but I spared you. I said, I'll not put up my hand against the Lord. Fears the Lord's anointed. See, my father, because see the corner of your robe in your hand. By the fact that I cut off the corner of your robe and did not kill you, you may know and see that there is no wrong or reason in my hand. I have not sinned against you, though you harm my life to take it. The Lord judge between me and you, and the Lord avenge me against you. My hand shall not be against you. As for the Proverb of the angel says, Now the wicked comes, the wickedness, my hand shall not be against you. After whom is the king Israel come out? After whom do you pursue? After a dead dog, after a flea. May the Lord therefore be judge and give sentence between me and you, to see to it and plead my cause and deliver me from your hand. As soon as David had finished speaking these words to Saul, Saul said, Is this your voice, my son David? And Saul lifted his voice and wept, and he said to David, You are more righteous than I, for you have repaid me again, whereas I have repaid you evil. And you have declared this day how you have dealt well with me, and that you have not killed me, and the Lord put me into your hand. But if a man finds his enemy, will you let him go away safe? So may the Lord reward you with good for what you have done to me this day. And now behold, I know that you shall surely be king, and that the kingdom of Israel shall not be established in your hand. And swear to me therefore by the Lord that you shall not cut off the last ring after me, and that you will not destroy my name out of my father's house. And David swore this to Saul. And Saul went home, and David and his men went up to the stronghold. And Samuel died, and all Israel assembled in Mount for him, and they buried him in his house at Ramah. Then David arose and went down to the wilderness of Paran. And there was a man in Mount whose business was in Carmel. The man was very rich. He had 3,000 sheep and 1,000 goats. He was shearing his sheep in Carmel, and the name of the man was Nabal. And he named his wife Abigail. The woman was discerning and beautiful, the man of harsh and badly behaved. He was a Calebite. David heard in the wilderness that Nabal was shearing his sheep. So David sent 10 young men. David said to young men, Go up to Carmel and go to Nabal, and greet him in my name. And thus you shall greet him. Peace be to you, and peace be to your house, and peace be to all that you have. And that you shearers, and the shepherds have been with us, and we did them no harm, and they missed nothing all the time that they were in Carmel. Ask you young men, they will tell you, therefore that my young men find save me I, they will come in a feast day. He's give whatever you have at hand to your servants, to your son David. And David's young men came, they said all this to Nabal in the name of David. And they waited, and Nabal answered David's servants, Who is David? Who is the son of Jesse? And many servants these days are breaking away from their masters. Should you take my bread and my water and my meat that I've killed for my shearers and give it to men who had come from I didn't know where? So David's young man turned and go away and came back and told him all this. And David said to his men, every man struck on his sword. And every man of them struck on the sword. David also struck on the sword. And about 400 men went up to David. 200 men was the baggage. One of the young men told Abigail and Nabal's wife, David sent messengers out of the wilderness to greet and lost, and he railed at them. Yet the men were very good to us, and we suffered no harm. We did not miss anything when we were in the field. As long as we went with them, they were a war to us both by night and by day. All the field with them, and we were keeping the sheep. Therefore notice and consider what you should do, for harm is determined against our master. And against all his house, for he is such a worthless man that one cannot speak to him. And Abigail made haste and took 200 loaves, and 2 skins of wine, and 5 sheep already prepared, and 5 seahs of parched grain, and 100 clusters of raisins, and 200 cakes of figs. And later on Dorcas said to her young woman, go and pour me, behold, I come after you. She did not tell her husband name, and she rode on the donkey and came down under cover of the matter. David then came down to her, and she met them. Now David had said, surely in vain have I guarded all this fellow has in the wilderness, so nothing was missed all that belonged to me. And he has determined evil for good. God to say to enemies David, more, as if by morning at least so much as 1 man of all who belonged to him. And then Abigail saw David, she hurried and got down from the donkey, and fell before David on her face and bowed to go. She fell at his feet and said, O me alone, my lord, be the guilt. And as your servant speaking your age, and have heard the words of your servant, let not my lord regard this worthless fellow. Enable, for as his name is, so is he. Enable is his name, follows with him. And I have said, and do not see the young man of my lord whom he sent. Now then, my lord, as the Lord lives, and as your soul lives, because the Lord has stricken you from blood guilt, and from slaving with your own hand, now let your enemies and those who seek to do evil to my lord be his neighbour. And let this present that your servant has brought to my lord be given to you, and follow my lord. He used to forgive the trespass of your servant, for the Lord certainly make my lord shall house. As my lord is fighting the battles of the Lord, and evil shall not be found in you so long as you live. If men rise up to pursue you and to seek your life, the life of my lord shall be bound and bundled and living in care of the Lord your God. And the mighty enemy shall sling as from the hollow sling. And the Lord has done to my lord according to all the good that he has spoken concerning you, is appointed you, Prince of Israel. My lord shall have no cause of grief or pain of conscience, or having shed blood, that cause of for my lord working salvation himself. And the Lord has dealt well with my lord, now love you so. And David said to Abigail, blessed be the Lord, the God of Israel, who sent you this day to me. Blessed be your discretion, blessed be you, who have kept me this day from blood guilt, from working salvation with my hand. For sure is the Lord, the God of Israel, who has restrained me from hurting you, unless you had hurried and come to me truly by morning here. There had not been left to enable so much as 1 meal. And David received from him what she had brought her, and he said to her, go up in peace to your house. So you have obeyed your voice, and I have granted your petition. And Abigail said to him, and behold, he was holding a feast in his house, like a feast of the king, and David's heart was moved with him. He was very drunk, so she told him nothing at all until the morning light. In the morning, when the wine had gone out, David's wife told him these things. His heart died within her, and he became as a stone. And about 10 days later, the Lord struck Nabal, and he died. And then David heard that Nabal was dead. He said, blessed be the Lord who has avenged the insult I received at the hand of Nabal. He kept back to his servant from wrongdoing, and the Lord has returned the evil of Nabal's own hand. And David sent and spake to Abigail to take his wife, and the servants of David came to Abigail at Carmel. He said to David, send us to take you to him as his wife. And she rose and bowed her face to the ground and said, behold, your handmaid is servant to wash the feet of her servants, my lord. And Abigail hurried and rose, and mounted a donkey, and 5 young women attended her. She followed the messengers of David and became his wife. And David also took Hinoam and Jezreel, and both of them became his wives. Saul had given Michal, his daughter, David's wife, to Palti's son Laish, who was of Gallim. And the Ziphites came to Saul at Gibeah, saying, was not David hide himself down the hill Hakilah, which is on the east of Jeshurun? And so Saul arose and went down to the wilderness of Ziph, with 3,000 chosen men, to seek David in the wilderness of Ziph. And Saul encamped on the hill Hakilah, which is beside the road on the east of Jeshurun. David remained in the wilderness, and he saw that Saul came after him in the wilderness. David sent the spies and learned that Saul had indeed come. And then David rose and came to the place that Saul was encamped, and David saw a place where Saul lay, with Abner son, the commander of his army. Saul was lying within the encampment, while the army was encamped around him. And David said to him, like the Hittite, and to Joshua, Abishai, the son of Zeruiah, now go down with me into the camp of Saul. And Abishai said, I'll go down with you. So David and Abishai went to the army by night. And there lay Saul sleeping within the camp, with his spear stuck in the ground on his head. And Abner and the army lay around him. And Abishai said to David, God has given you enemy into your hand this day. And please let me pin him to the earth with 1 stroke of the spear. I'll not strike him twice. But David said to Abishai, do not strike him, for who can put out his hand against the Lord's anointed? Then be guiltless. And David said, as the Lord lives, the Lord will strike him, or as they will come to die. I will go down into power and perish. The Lord forbid that I should put out my hand against the Lord's anointed. Take now the spear that is at his head, and a jar of water, and let us go. So David took the spear and the jar of water from Saul's head, and he went away. No man saw or knew, nor did anyone, for they were all asleep, because deep sleep from the Lord had fallen upon them. And David went over to the other side and stood far from the top of the hill, in the great space between them. David called to the army to Abner, son of Abner, saying, "We know it is Abner." And then Abner answered, "Who are you who calls the king?" And David said to Abner, "I am not a man who is like you in Israel. Why then have you not kept watch over your lord the king? When the people came to show the king your lord, this thing that you have done is not good. And as Lord lives, you deserve to die because you not kept watch over your lord. Watch over your lord. The Lord did not see where the king's spear is in the jar without saying. Saul recognized David's voice and says, "This is your voice, my son David." And David says, my voice, my lord, king." And he said, "Why does my lord pursue after his servant? What have I done? What evil is on my hands? Now therefore let my lord the king hear the words of his servant. If it is the Lord who stirred you up against me, may he accept an offering, but if his men, may they be cast before the Lord. No, but they have driven me out this day, they shall have no share in the heritage of the Lord, saying, Go serve other gods. And they felt that on my blood, so that 40 earth away from the presence of the Lord. The king has come out to seek sinfully, like one who plants a partridge in the mountains. And so also I have sinned, return my son David, for I will no more do you harm. His own life was precious in your eyes this day. No, I have acted forcefully and made a great mistake. And David answered, say, Here's the spear of the king. Let one of the young men come over and take the Lord rewards every man for his righteousness and his faithfulness. And the Lord gave you into my hand today, and I will not put out my hand against the Lord's anointed. Behold, as your life was precious this day in my sight, so may my life be precious in the sight of the Lord. May you deliver me out of all tribulation. And Saul said to David, I speak you, my son David, you will do many things and will succeed in them. So David went his way, and Saul returned to his place. Then David said, Now I shall perish one day by the hand of Saul. There's nothing for me, and then I shall escape to the land of the Philistines. And Saul despaired, seeking me any longer within the borders of Israel. I shall escape out of his hands. So David arose and went over, he and the 600 men who were with him, to Achish son of Maoch, king of Gath. And David lived with Achish at Gath, he and his men, every man with household, and David with 2 wives, Helaman and Jezreel, and Abigail, Carmel, Nabal's widow. And it was told Saul that David had fled to Gath, he no longer sought him. And David said to Achish, "I have found favor in your eyes. Now has he given me one of the country towns that I may dwell with. Why should your servant dwell in the rosy with you?" So that day Achish gave him Ziklag. Therefore Ziklag belonged to the kings of Judah this day. And the number of the days that David lived in the country of the Philistines was a year and 4 months. And David and them went out and made raids against the Geshurites, the Girzites, and the Amalekites. But these were in practice land from Mount as far as Shur to land Egypt. And David struck the land and would leave neither man nor woman alive, would take away the sheep, the oxen, and the donkeys, the camels and the garments, and come back to Achish. And Achish asked, "What have you made a raid today?" David said, "Against the Negeb of Judah, or against the Negeb of the Jeremielites, or against the Negeb of the Kenites." And David would leave neither man nor woman alive to bring news to God, thinking, lest they should tell us about it and say, "So David has done." Such was the custom all the while he lived in the country of the Philistines. And Achish trusted David, thinking, He has made himself not a snatch to his people, so therefore he shall always be my servant. In those days the Philistines gathered their force forward to fight against Israel. Then she said to David, "Understand that you and your men are to go out with me in the army." And David said to Achish, "Very well, you shall know that your servant can do." And she said to David, "Very well, I'll make you my bodyguard for life." And Samuel had known all Israel men for him and buried him in Ramah in his own city. And Samuel put the mediums and necromancers out of the land. And the Philistines assembled and encamped at Gilboa. And Saul saw the army of the Philistines, and his afraid, his heart trembled greatly. And Saul inquired of the Lord. The Lord did not answer him, either by Jews, by you, or by prophets. And Saul said to Samuel, "Seek out for me a woman who is a medium." And he go and inquire of her. And Saul's servant said to him, "Behold, there is a medium at Endor." So Saul described himself with no other garments of night. He and his 2 ministers, he to one by night. And he said, "Divine for me a spirit, and bring up for me whomever I shall name to you." The woman said to him, "Surely you know what Saul has done. He has cut off the mediums and necromancers. Why then are you laying a trap for my life to bring about my death?" The Saul swore to her by the Lord, "As the Lord lives, no punishment shall come upon you for this thing." And the woman said, "Whom shall I bring up for you?" And he said, "Bring up Samuel for me." The woman saw Samuel, she cried out with a loud voice. And the woman said to Saul, "Why have you deceived me? You are Saul." And the king said to her, "Do not be afraid. What do you see?" And the woman said to Saul, "I see a god coming up out of the earth." He said to her, "What is his appearance?" And she said, "An old man is coming out. He is wrapped in a robe." And Saul knew that it was Samuel. And he bowed his face to the ground and paid her. And Samuel said to Saul, "Why have you disturbed me by ringing me up?" And Saul answered, "I am in great distress, so the Philistines are warring against me. And God has turned away from me and answered me no more, either by prophets or by Jews. Therefore I have summoned you to tell me what I should do." And Samuel said, "Why then do you ask me, since the Lord has turned from you to come near me? The Lord has done to you as you spoke by me. The Lord has told me to out of your hand and given it to your name David, because he did not obey the voice of the Lord. And he did not carry his face by things in Malek. Therefore the Lord has done this unto you this day. Whenever the Lord will give Israel with you into the hand of the Philistines, and tomorrow you and your sons shall be with me. And the Lord will give the army of Israel into the hand of the Philistines." And Saul fell at once full length on the ground, filled with fear because of the words of him. "There is no strength in him, for even nothing will do." And all night a woman came to Saul, and as she saw that she was terrified, she told She said to him, "Behold, the son is me. I take my life in my hand, and listen to what you said to me. Therefore you are served me. So let me send also better for you need, that you may strengthen when you go on your way. If you shall not eat with servants together with will urge, and listen to her words. She rose from the earth and sat on the bed. And now the woman had a fattened calf in his house, and she quickly killed it. And she took her flour and kneaded it and baked unleavened bread of it. And she put it before Saul and his sons, and they rose and went away that night. Proverbs 10. Proverbs of Solomon. A wise man makes a laugh, but the fool son is sorry to his mother. Judge came back with him to do problem. Righteousness delivers from death. The Lord does not let your magic go happen. He false credit in the wicked. The slack hand calls poverty, and the hand of the diligent makes rich. He guards and summons spirit, so he sleeps and holds his son of chain. It's not the head of the righteous, and after the wicked consider violence. Whenever the righteous is blessing, and the name of the wicked will watch out will receive commands. A bargain fool will come to him. A lawful who looks in integrity walks together. He makes his ways because will be found out. No makes the outcome strong, and a Babylon fool will come to him. The mouth of the righteous is found in life. And the mouth of the wicked conceals violence. Hatred stirs strife, and love comes with offense. On the lips of him who is honest and wisdom is found. Whoever rules for the back of him who lacks sense, the wise lay with knowledge. They have knowledge of the mouth of fool brings around you. Which man thus strong to you, probably the poor thereof. Ways to righteously is the life, and the gain of the wicked to see. Every huge instruction on the path of life. He who rejects reproof leads others astray. The one who conceals hatred is lying. Whoever hides slander is the fool, and words of many transgressions is not lacking. Whoever restrains his lips is prudent, and no eye, chooses joy so. Heart of the wicked is of little worth, and lips of the righteous be made. Most die for lack of sense. Blessing the Lord makes rich, he has no sorrow with it. Doing looks like a joke to a fool, wisdom the pledge to men honesty. What the wicked dreads will come upon him, the desire of the righteous will be granted. And tempest past the wicked never, the righteous is established forever. Make vinegar to your teeth and smack to your eyes, so sluggard to this percent. Here the Lord prolongs life and years, the wicked will be sure. Hope the righteous brings strength, the expectation of the wicked will perish. The way of the Lord is strong hunter of bones, destruction to evil dogs. The righteous will never be removed, but the wicked will not dwell in the earth. The righteous brings forth wisdom, the perverse tongue will be cut off. And those the righteous know what's acceptable, and the mouth of the wicked what's perverse. Psalm 110. And the Lord said to my Lord, sit at my right hand, told my enemies, make your enemies your footstool. The Lord sends forth from Zion my scepter, war in the midst of your enemies. The people offer themselves for the day, pound holy garments, and from the morning in the morning, the joy youth will be yours. The Lord swore, I will not change my mind. You have peace forever after all the milches of the day. The Lord's new right, he will shadow kings on the day of wrath. He will institute judgment among the nations, filling with corpses, he will shadow chief. With a white earth, he will drink from the brook by the way, therefore he will lift up his head. Now it's actually about to do the Lord's prayer, please pray, Father in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Your kingdom come, your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. You still daily bread for us, as is figure on it after this. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from the evil one. Because the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever. Amen. See you tomorrow. Bye.